I love it so much. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Allie, or Wavy Curly Allie. I'm a healthy hair enthusiast, just here sharing my tips and tricks on how to help you love your hair as it is naturally. That sounded southern to me. Am I picking up a southern accent? Y'all. Today we are doing a voluminous wavy wash day. Traditionally in my past videos, you will see mostly upside down styling, brush styling, sectioning. We're not doing any of that today. This is probably my easiest wash day to date, and it requires the least amount of product, the lightest hold products, quicker drying time, and I'm going to break it all down for you step by step. These are the results from my wash day today. Of all the wash days, this is my favorite look. I love the big, fluffy, puffy, wavy hair versus the super smooth, clumpy, wavy, curly look. This is my look. A disclaimer is always, because I get the comments all the time, you don't have to use what I'm using, how much I'm using it, when I'm using it. This is purely a guide to show different types of products and techniques that you can use to help you achieve the result that you want. And as always, we don't like long intros here, so let's get in the shower. So this is what we're working with. I'm going to start by fully saturating my hair with water. I have a lower porosity hair, so it tends to take a little bit more water to get really wet. I'm going in with a clarifying shampoo today. I have a bit of product buildup from my last wash day and the products that I used. I'm going to give this a really good scrub into my scalp. I feel like when you actually take the time to do this, you don't need to double shampoo. Just make sure to really work this in your hair and get the most of the benefits out of it. Push it down the lengths of my hair to rinse off some of the product in my lengths, and then give it a really good rinse. Next up, I go in with a deep conditioner. I usually do this after clarifying to make sure that my hair is nice and moisturized after using a clarifying shampoo. I work this through my mid-lengths to my ends, avoiding my roots, and then I go through with a brush to make sure that my hair is fully detangled and that the product has the opportunity to saturate my hair. I'm then going to twist this up for several minutes and then give it a really good rinse once it's done. I'm fresh out of the shower. I'm going to make sure that my hair does stay really wet while I'm styling it. Most products are activated by water or play very well with water. Now this is just water. The bottle is ombre, so it looks like there's other stuff in it, but this is just water. I'm going to take about a dime size to a nickel size amount of leave-in conditioner, about that much. This is the Bounce Curl Moisture Balance Leave-In Conditioner. I found that Bounce Curl is very concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way, and the bottles last a lot longer than a lot of the other products that I purchased. And just rake this in. And avoid applying to the root, as it can cause a little bit of weight and kill your volume. Now that the leave-in is thoroughly distributed throughout my hair, I'm going to take a little bit of the Wave Tech foam. I'm going to rake this in, brush this in, make sure that it gets fully distributed throughout my hair, and put this all over. Foam or mousse is the one product that I would recommend getting up towards your root, because it can create a light lift and hold, therefore not killing your volume. I am still feeling like there's some spots that don't have much product on it. I'm going to use a little bit more. And then brush to distribute. Brushing at this stage really is optional, but I do find that it helps smooth down any wet frizz, properly distribute all of my products, make sure there's not any spots that I missed. If you want some lift, brush up and away. Okay, everything has been done upright at this point. I am going to flip upside down now because I am going for volume, so I want to get all of my roots lifted up and away from my scalp and start scrunching, so I can also get up closer to my root when I'm scrunching. I find that when I style upright, I'm not getting as much activity going on up here. It does look a little bit more flat. So over directing my root when upside down does help me achieve a little bit more volume in my end result. What I'm doing here is I'm lifting my hair and pulsing at the root. You should hear a squishing noise. That's how you know you have enough water and product in your hair. Upside down, side to side, keep the hair lifted up and off of the scalp so that there's no messy sections in the back of your hair once it's dry. I have found though, as my hair has gotten healthier over the years, some of you have been following me since my hair was bleach blonde, I could not do this much scrunching when my hair was that blonde because it was already so damaged from chemical treatments, thermal damage from being in the sun, mechanical from putting my hair into different hairstyles. But now that it's gotten a lot healthier, it is a little more tolerant of my scrunching. Okay, this is what we look like. I will say, I have two very big problem areas, and it's the two front pieces right in front of my face, which wouldn't bother me if they weren't in front of my face. So I'm going to finger curl these, and I'm going to give you a tip while I do it. If you have any problem sections or you want to create a nicer result by finger curling some or all of your hair, by all means go for it. I really just do it on the places that don't like to comply, and that's my front pieces, of all places. Leave a little bit of a tail. I like to leave this a little bit longer because there are some shorter pieces of hair in here, so I know that I'm going to catch all of it. Okay, and now I'm going to pull it down this way because I know my hair curls in this direction. Like that. Now on this side curls away from my face. So I'm going to, again, find the tail, barrel curl it in. And now I'm going to release it so that it's curling away from my face. The last step, and completely optional, is to use a little bit of alcohol-free hairspray. I recommend doing alcohol-free because alcohol can dry out your hair, and I don't want to do that to my hair before I go in with a diffuser and scorch my hair. So I am going in with a little bit of the Bounce Curl hairspray. This is alcohol-free. This stuff is really sticky. I'm going to show you just how sticky it is. I put a little bit on my hand. I'm going to rub it together. Now watch when I put my hands together. Stuff is super sticky, so you don't need a lot. Again, upside down because I get more volume. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Scrunch that in. It is drying as I'm talking, so I don't want to get too aggressive with the scrunching anymore because that will create frizz. Next up is diffusing, and honestly, I don't know what happened to my audio here, so we're just going to voice over it. I'm going to use my Life-In diffuser today. I also own the Dyson and the Shark, and I far prefer this one over the others as it is lighter weight, has a stronger motor, and a fraction of the price. I start on a high speed setting and a medium temperature setting. I mostly do cup diffusing. I don't usually bring the diffuser into my hair, which I will show later. I will be drying my hair roots first and upside down and side to side to help with volume and lift, as we are going for a very voluminous wavy hair wash day. Now, if you prefer to air dry, you can gently lift your hair from side to side and rotate it every so often to help create a little bit of extra lift and redirection at the root. Also keep in mind that we did just use foam and a little bit of hairspray, so diffusing should not take that long. Something else to add, if you're diffusing your hair and you notice your ends are drying really fast, or you're noticing some unwanted frizz or some lack of definition in any particular area, what you can do is around 50% dry, apply a little bit more of your product. I'm using foam, so I'm just going to go directly onto my hair with the foam. If you're using a gel, I would recommend putting a little bit of water to help emulsify the gel in your hand. Makes it a lot easier to glaze and distribute through your hair. We're not going to break anything up. I'm not going to rake this in. I'm going to glaze this and scrunch this in. This is going to help tame any of the frizz that might be forming while I'm drying, but not creating any extra weight because the foam is so light. So just glaze this over. Now, this is not something I do every time. It is just a suggestion for anyone that's dealing with unwanted frizz or excessive puffiness, or notice that they may have missed a spot during the styling routine as they're going through diffusing. Let's keep going. We're more than halfway through this, so I'm actually going to switch over to auto cycling, which is pretty unique to this diffuser. If you press and hold the temperature setting, it starts to auto cycle through all of the temperature settings, cool, warm, and hot. It gives quick bursts of heat so that it doesn't overheat your hair, but it does help speed up my drying time. Lastly, because I am going for volume and not definition, I am going to pixie diffuse. If you've noticed, I've been cup hovering this entire time. That is the normal way that I like to diffuse my hair. If you want a more thorough explanation on it, I did post a video to YouTube Shorts, but I'm going to pixie diffuse. I don't normally love pixie diffusing. I feel like it creates more wonkiness, especially as we get up towards the root, but when I'm going for volume, this is going to give me the most volume. So now that I've got my hair relatively dry, I am going to start pixie diffusing the diffuser into my hair. It does blow up and against the cuticle, and it does dry the ends a lot faster, which is why I save it towards the end so that most of this hair up here is dry when I get to my ends. The ends have been on your head the longest, so they've seen the most damage and they are the most fragile. So I try not to go in with them on the diffuser like this right away. I want to try to set my hair before I do anything else. So I'm going to do this to help create some lift in my hair. Again, get my hair up and away from my scalp. I am going to keep this on auto cycling, and I'm going to keep it on a lower speed setting. Okay. We're going to do the pinch test, which is just simply pinching your hair between your fingers to check for any cool spots. If your hair feels cool, that means there's some moisture there still. If you do feel a wet spot, just stop, get your diffuser, and hit it. We're almost finished. You can either just leave it like this. I'm going to fluff because, again, I want the biggest hair possible. So I'm just getting my fingers into my roots like this and shaking it. This will lift any hair that is sticking to your scalp and help with a little bit of separation. Frizz is not always your enemy. If you want volume, you need frizz to get it. We like functional frizz, helps with the lift. We don't want unwanted frizz. It makes things look too poofy. We've done it. What do we think? Let's do a 360 and see what the back looks like. Does it look okay back there? I don't really care if it does. The back's not my business. That is it for today's voluminous wash day. Please give this a try. Let me know what you think. And if you have any other video requests, drop them below. As always, please like and subscribe, and I'll continue bringing you all the videos that you love the most.